Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. Today I will be making some home decor using these Dollar Tree wood hanging signs. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, and now let's craft. Before I start, I do want to show you the different signs that I got these that have the holes on the sides, and then some that have like the holes at the top. These are the same size. Now I do want to show you that I got this sign a couple of months ago, and they actually made these signs a lot smaller. The one I got a while back is like an inch more. So now for my first project, I'm going to use two of these signs. Now these right here are the larger size. I'm not using the smaller ones that I recently got. I will be using the ones that I already had. So I usually like to cover the holes using some wood filler, but this time I'm not. I'm going to just leave them as is, and to like stick these together to make like a larger sign, I am going to use some painter's tape. Sorry, not painter's tape. Some painter's sticks. Now these are the 1 gallon. These I already had. That's why they are painted with the Waverly Antique Wax. But I'm going to use 2 of them and just cut them to size. So for this, I do recommend you using wood glue so it can be nice and sturdy, or even use both hot glue and wood glue. I only use hot glue for video purposes only. So I thought of painting this using the Waverly Antique Wax because of the sticks already being painted, which I did. But then after it was dry, I did use a little bit of black paint that was watered down to make it a little bit darker. So while my sign is drying, I do want to show you these stencils that I recently got from Amazon. They are 20 stencils that come in this large pack. The pack was like $14, like $15 in total, but 20 of these stencils come in here, and they are different sizes. I love this. The biggest one is, you'll see how big it is once I add it to my sign, but this is such a great deal because at Dollar Tree you carry like this size right here for like 2 for $1.25. I will have the link down in the description box in case you want to go check these out. But like I mentioned earlier, I am going to use the biggest size of stencil, which it says some call it chaos, we call it family, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to put it more towards the bottom because I will be adding some greenery at the top. Now, so this doesn't move down, I did add a little bit of tape just here and there. And then I use some white paint to go over it with this paintbrush that I got from Walmart. Because this was acrylic paint, I did go over it twice, leaving it to dry in between. I absolutely love how it turned out, but as you can see, it did bleed just a tiny bit. But I think the reason it like bled through was because I do end up switching paint brushes, and the one I switched to was a little bit of wet, so it made the paint even runnier. So I think that's the reason, but I am going to test these stencils a little bit more and see if I actually like them. To finish this off, I'm going to add some greenery that I tied together. I do end up gluing it right here, but then I do end up removing it because once I made my double bow out of this beautiful Hobby Lobby ribbon, I felt like it needed more space, so I do end up moving my greenery just more towards the top. Here's where I realized that I needed to move this a little bit more up because of the tails of the ribbon. But this completes this beautiful sign. For my next project, I will be using 2 of these signs. Now, these are the ones I got recently with the hanging sides on the longer side. After removing these, I did use 2 Jenga blocks to space these out. Now, to cover the holes, once again, I'm going to use some pieces of wood sticks. Now, this one right here, I forgot where I got it from, but you can always use paint stir sticks to do this. Dollar Tree also carries pieces of wood that can go here, but honestly, nowadays you can find cheaper stuff somewhere else. After I cut these 2 sides, I glued them down using hot glue. And after I was done doing that, I painted this sign. Now, I made my own mixture once again. I added black paint, a little bit of the antique wax, and water. So I was tempting on using another stencil, but I decided not to. Instead, I decided to use these Dollar Tree flower stickers that I got. Now, honestly, I just added them here randomly here and there. I did cut some so it can look like it's together but separately. Hopefully that makes sense. So after I was doing this, I was going to add some Mod Podge to seal it out, but I didn't have any of the matte one. I only had some of the glossy ones, so I'm gonna wait to do that to finish this off. But look how cute this turned out. So for my next project, I'm using 2 of these size, and I'm using like the smaller ones I recently got. I'm also going to cut off like the top part where the holes are at using my handsaw. I painted these using the same mixture, but this time I added way more black than the antique wax. The next thing I will be doing is adding these little hooks. Now these right here are from Walmart. Now Dollar Tree does carry different hooks that you can use instead, but I wanted to use these since they were already painted black, and I'm going to add 1 on each side. So I got these little galvanized buckets a while back from Dollar Tree, and I totally forgot I had them. I was going to use some mason jars for these, but then I was like, you know what, I already have these right here, and they were a lot lighter than mason jars, so that's what I will be using. But Dollar Tree does carry different things that you can use instead. But look how cute this turned out. And that is it for today. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.